He's trucking right along on these roads, and it's all snow covered.
Yep.
But he says, "Oh, it isn't too bad up here, you know, light snow." But when you get a look at the vehicle he's driving, it's a six-wheeler all chained.
Yeah, well, but in some cases, he's hiking up some of these trails.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, to
Right.
get to the bottom
yes.
plateau before he starts going up. But I'm saying, I'm seeing the snow, and I'm seeing this guy, he's whipping along, and Peanut has his head stuck from the back seat up front, watching the road as he's going.
Well, it is in Colorado, and
he's used to it. But the vehicle, like I said, it's a six-wheeler. He even has chains on the front wheels too. So I mean, once you see that, you'll understand why he's going. So what else happened out in Dayton? Who else did you Bob Heil out there or anybody like that?
Oh yeah. He's always there. He's always a character. He's riding around on his little motorized scooter in and around. Yeah, you have to get out of his way. Inside, you know, because it's a big area, and he's in demand a lot. He actually was interviewed by Ted Randall, did an interview with him, and then he does a few of his talks on audio, some of the technical talks that he does. So he's always very much in demand. One of the astronauts was there.
Oh.
Yeah, Owen Garriott's son. I'm forgetting his first name here now, but Owen Garriott was the first ham in space. This was a number of years ago. And since that time, now essentially all of the people that go through the astronaut program become hams, get their ham license, and they do something. They have this radio equipment that's on board the space shuttle and also on board the International Space Station, and they communicate. They primarily try to do things with school groups. They have schedules with school groups, and so that he was there to receive an award.
The SAREX?
The SAREX program, yes.
Program, yeah.
So, but he was there to receive an award. They had some award presentations. And one of the other people that they had for the awards that I got to meet, and I'll have to bring a picture and we can put that up, but his name was Copthorne McDonald, and he's from Prince Edward Island. He lives up in Prince Edward Island. He's a pretty impressive person, and his claim to fame, as far as hams were concerned, is that he's the inventor of slow scan television. And I think when we do one of our programs a little later on, we're going to do a show about various digital modes, and we'll give it a little demonstration of slow scan television. But it was a pretty interesting concept when he came up with this. I don't know the exact date. I'm saying it was the early 1960s. He came up with the idea of being able to take a photograph and break it up into pixels. Now, this is pretty basic stuff now, but back then it was a pretty interesting idea of taking a photograph, breaking it up into individual pixels, and then transmitting that as a signal over the radio so that when someone else could receive it using their radio and some decoding equipment, you'd see a photograph start to appear right across the screen. So he's the guy that developed that technology. So Did
you get a signed card for Bob W.
No,
TPC?
No, I didn't.
Because he'd worship that. That'd be right.
One of the fellows in our club is quite a slow scan person.
Yeah. Drop down some set, you see slow scan in the action.
Right.
Yeah. So what else? You've seen the buddy pole and other antennas?
Yeah. Well, now this fellow here, Steve, the fellow with the goats. When he goes up on top of these mountaintops, he brings a portable antenna system, and oftentimes it's one that was developed by W3FF, Bud, out in California. And he developed something, and they call it the buddy pole. His name is Bud, and it was just something that he started doing because he liked to do some hiking out in the mountains in California. So now it's turned into a full-fledged company. That he retired from his business as a insurance salesman for Allstate, and now he and his son work full-time with this, and they go to a lot of the conventions. I was just talking with them last week. They had just been down to, I think after Dayton, they went to one in Nevada, another one in Texas, and I forget where the other one was. But then later on this summer, I think they're going to go out to go to the show in Tokyo too. They go all over the place to these shows. But he has developed a portable antenna system that's pretty impressive.
I seen the one where they were using it down on St. Martin. I think was it St. Martin?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was St. Martin.
Right.
And, interesting. And
that's another video that we'll show on one of the future shows.
We've got a
lot of good stuff.
Yeah, we got a lot of videos.
Some nice stuff here from Bud.
Yeah, some nice quality stuff, and I think Rooster and Peanut will be. It's kind of funny. And what else have we been doing? Well, I was in touch with Bob James from BEMA, and he's bringing us over something to use at Field Day, and hopefully they're going to come over and do some operating.
Good.
And I had scheduled with him prior about doing a show with them on emergency management, which is
that would be perfect.
He's really up to
Yep.
it in town, just like anybody that goes to the 4th or the 27th, whatever you want to call it, over there at the high school. Here at the high school, I should say, at the field. All that portable lighting is all emergency management stuff that, he's gracious enough to come over and set up and run all the generators, and otherwise, it's sort of a dark place out there.
Well, this town is fortunate that they've had people, and in preceding Bob was Bob Salvaggio. But they've been able to put together a tremendous system and the people, the dedicated volunteers that they have every week. They have their meeting. They'll have, 1 weekend a month, they'll do they'll start up all of the generators at both of the storage sites.
Both at the lake
put a load on,
and
put them through their
town
paces.
hall,
Right.
And Bob James has really taken the ball up that Bob Salvaggio, left when on his passing, which him and Jimmy Smith, they were, they were joined at the hips, and Jimmy's still around. Jimmy is quite active, and he's getting along in years, but he doesn't miss a meeting.
I'm sure we'll see him at Field Day.
Oh yeah, positively. Yeah, matter of fact, he gave me a small QRP, 5-watt QRP rig that I should bring down to the Watson, and we'll have KP1TOM get on. He loves QRP. The quarter watt, he's happy. But
I have one of those buddy poles myself on order.
Oh, have you?
Yeah,
okay.
and so that'll be kind of fun. We can maybe play with that.
You're gonna try it down the Watson?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Sure.
Cool.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a little video shoot on that.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. And what else is going on? That's about it for Braintree, I think.
Another volunteer exam session coming up.
Yeah, what's the
July 11th.
July 11th at the Watson. Anybody that's interested, just
85
Quincy Avenue.
In Braintree.
And get there about 8:45, and we'll start it up. We do ask that you contact K1WN at AOL, and we're no longer taking walk-ins because it's just we've been lugging a lot of stuff around, and it just we get people say they're going to be there and they're just not showing up. So we
need pre-registrations.
Positively,
Yeah.
and I think what are we up? I forget the exact number, but we're into this almost 15 years. That's a long time.
Yeah.
Long time from the guys that started. We used to be at Town Hall.
Sure.
Yep. Joe Volpe, Joe. I don't know who's still around from the original crew, other than myself, of course.
I used to do them over there.
In Town Hall. Yeah. Other than that, most of them a few of them have gone to other places and started it, which is good because I think the last time we had them down from New Hampshire, mid New Hampshire.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
and we said, what are you coming down here for? Usually, when people call me up, and if I can find a location that weekend that's closer, rather than travel 125 miles to take a test. And I don't know about Plymouth. I don't know if Plymouth is doing it anymore. But anyways, getting back to the Watson, everything's working out well. We got the antennas up. Everything is going along swell. We found a good home down there with the mayor and the Parks and Recreation.
Well, this will be a good this weekend with Field Day. Will be good if we can try to solidify things more with the emergency management crew, because we really want that to be an integral part of what we have down there.
Yeah, positively, and we want to have the capabilities if they ever do lose it where they are to go down and bring us on board, which we can now with the they did that other show with the IRLP, and I don't know if they're going to do anything with Echo. That I don't know, but that'd be a good thing to demonstrate someday.
Sure, with Echolink.
The Echolink, how you can do almost anything with Echolink that you can do with IRLP, and sometimes a little more. I think that there probably is more activity on the Echolink than there is on IRLP. But.
Well, the thing with Echolink is, if you were, we did our show on IRLP, and we were showing that, with either a base station or a mobile station or a walkie-talkie, if you were living anywhere near a repeater that was part of the system, you could get on and connect to it. Well, with Echolink, even if you don't have access to a radio,